So if you see media pool, how we normally categorize our stuff is music and footage. So for music, you can just you can find your own by googling free royalty free music on Google. Or another way you can use is you can go and find on YouTube audio library. Those soundtracks there are free to use, but you do need to credit them in the description of the video, especially if you're uploading to YouTube. And we recommend that you only use it in YouTube. Yeah, so you can see this is their channel. If you go into videos, you can see the hundreds of videos that they have. It's all featuring different kinds of music. They also have playlists for different moods and genres. Yeah, so this is a useful place you can get your audio soundtrack, but you must remember to credit the artist. You have to follow what it says in their video description. So that's where you can get your music. Once you have your music and inside DaVinci Resolve, you can just click and drag it into the timeline, the same way you do video clips. So I already have my audio track inside the timeline. So let me just play. This is what we have from PixelStudio. Yeah. So example, we have an interview here, right? So for example, we have an interview here. What do we normally do is to reduce the volume of this background music so that it doesn't conflict with the video's speech, the video's audio. The person speaking, we want to hear him clearly. So we have to reduce the volume. So how do we do that? From making it loud to softer and then soft just for this particular clip. So what we can do now is to add markers. These markers are called keyframes, and they will help us to control the volume. So if you see on the right side here under the inspector tab, you have this clip volume. This is for when you select the music track, you will see this, and then you can press this little diamond shape, and then you will mark a keyframe. So when you play forward, just before he starts speaking, you can bring it down to example -12. If you notice over here at the bottom, there's two little balls. These are the keyframes. So when we play the music now, it will get softer after this keyframe. Then we can hear him better. So let me just bring it back here and reduce it a little bit more, just so it's more obvious. So now we can hear him better, and then we still have our music in the background. So this is what you should do for any interview or speech that you have for your videos.
Sorry, Ryan, we couldn't hear your audio from your project, but yeah, generally it's understood that you can see from the audio level, if it's going down in between the markers, means the levels have changed.
Hold on, let me just select the microphone. Would you all be able to hear this?
No.
No? Oh my.
Maybe you want to expand the audio bar so that they can see the waveform.
Okay.
Just visually, since we cannot hear for ourselves.
Okay, so this is, if you see it on the right side, this is when the music plays. The green color and the yellow color. And when it gets softer, the volume goes lower. This is the minister's speech. This is the music. Okay, this should be all for music. Apologies for this. Can anyone has a question so far regarding this? On keyframes, adding music. Okay, anonymous attendee asked, so we can adjust the volume directly from the mixer? Yes, you can, but it's like sort of it's just a blanket edit over all the clips found in the track. So if you, it doesn't make a, how do I explain this? If you have multiple audio clips here and you use the mixer, use this, you will edit everything at the same time. If you go into the inspector and you edit here, you only edit the clip itself. So you won't affect all the other audio clips that you have. I would say it's better to do it individually, just in case you have some other audio that's already loud and then you go and boost, you can bring the volume up, it's gonna make it clip and the audio will be sort of distorted and unusable. So what we recommend is to do it individually. You will have more control that way. Audio, oh, you want, okay, anonymous attendee asked us again, is there any way to make the audio clip loop? If you want it to loop, you just have to select it and then select it, press Command C or Control C, which is to copy, and then you press Command V or Control V to paste. Yeah. So you see there's another copy of it, and then you can just drag it over, and this will loop it.
Of course, okay, if I may say so, if you want to loop your audio, right? Because sometimes it may appear jarring lah. So when the music repeats at certain points of time in the file. So what you can do is you can add a transition, audio transition between the two clips to make it more seamless lah.
And the audio transition can be found under toolbox.